You know, people, there's just something about living out west, those big wide open spaces, the big bright blue skies, makes you want to jump into a hot air balloon and just This story is about how I survived a hot air balloon crash. And at the end of the story, there's another story about another hot air balloon incident that I was involved with. My first experience in a hot air balloon, I think I was about 14, went down to Arizona, family vacation. My dad booked us a trip. And it was great. It was like peaceful, so serene, no sound other than that sound of the burn because you're moving at the same speed as the wind. Beautiful. In the sunrise, you're seeing animals, jackrabbits, mule deer, turtles, and it was great. Fast forward, it's 1995. I live in Durango. I was going out with this girl. She got some tickets from the radio station, a free hot air balloon ride. We were really happy about that. What could go wrong? So at about 7 a.m. one morning, we took off from the baseball field at Durango High School, which is right down the street from my house. And then, you know, in the mountains, in the morning time, the cool air moves down the valley. Caught this little current and flowed gently down the valley, kind of following the contour of the Animas River. Had a bald eagle fly like right under us. It was really fun. So get a little bit of altitude. We're getting towards the outside of town. He hits the burners really hard because all of a sudden there's power lines he didn't see. We just barely clear these power lines. And then there's like a mesa on the outside of town with like a Walmart right below. Oh, I have no recollection of like why this had to be so dramatic or like what happened, but there was about 6 or 7 inches of snow on the ground. The pilot decided we needed to land on this mesa. We hit kind of hard. He tells us not to jump out of the basket. The basket tips sideways and we scrape along and it pendulums up like that, and then we drop again, hit the ground, and then same thing, tip over, scrape along the snow, all the way across the field. There's a road, there's a cliff coming up, this ravine coming up. We go down through the ditch of the road, up, and then across the road, across the ditch on the other side, and run into a stand of like juniper trees, and we get hung up there, and then and that was the end of the hot air balloon ride that day. And the fire trucks and everything came too, so that was pretty crazy. About a year after that, I'm sleeping in my room. It's about 8 in the morning. I hear voices, people talking, and then I hear that loud burner sound. I open my blinds, I see people and hear them talk at the wicker basket. It's like coming in, hits the side of my house, and I hear him just like, oh fuck, ah! It's getting hung up kind of in a tree branch, and the guy hits the burners again, and the thing just, and it's gone. And I'm like, that to me is an unlikely situation. Getting in a hot air balloon crash and then having a hot air balloon crash into your house. I'll tell you one thing about that, I'm not afraid to go back up in a hot air balloon because it's awesome. You know? I mean, accidents are gonna happen, but I don't see how I would end up getting 3 hot air balloon accidents. But my odds are pretty good. I would get in. That's my story about hot air ballooning. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the subscriber button. Thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in to the best of my recollection.